So one thing that you will be doing a lot as a product manager is creating business cases, because whenever you want to explore an opportunity, you also need to convince your stakeholders or your manager, your boss, or even the engineers that you're working with that this opportunity that you are chasing, that you want to embark on, is a viable option. So you might be a product manager who's currently only improving a certain product. So you might not be thinking about business cases a lot, but how product managers actually add a lot of value to companies and to businesses is not only focusing on the thing they're building right now, but also looking at how is the vertical, or how is this marketplace or this area that my product is in, how is it evolving? And is there going to be opportunities down the road that we should be exploring? So creating a business case is something that definitely you will embark upon at one point during your product management journey. And generally there is no set way of, there's like not the one way how to create a business case. There are many different frameworks that you can find when you're Googling it, but in the most whatever you will find, they will always talk about identifying what is the strategic opportunity. So basically, why should we do this, right? Answering how does this fit into the priorities of the business and where the company is going. Secondly, a business case would also involve some sort of impact estimation, meaning like, what is that going to do for us? So how is this improving our business metrics? So depending on what are the most important metrics for your company, whatever opportunity you are identifying that you are exploring, it should have a measurable impact on those key business metrics. And thirdly, what are alternatives? So the question that people always ask, what if we don't do it? Or how else could we explore this opportunity that you're looking at? There's, as a product manager, we always say we are exploring the problem space, and our job is not necessarily to define solutions. So what alternatives basically means is you don't focus on only one way, one solution to this business problem or to this opportunity to you're exploring, but basically many different ways of how you could achieve it. And then also risks. So what risks are involved in following that business opportunity, but also what risks are involved if you're not following this opportunity. And then this in total, this then marks your business case. And in the end, all of that you collate it, you structure it into some sort of proposal that can be a slide set or a PRD, a product requirement document, a pitch, whatever. But all of that together then leads to getting approval. So formal approval, either if let's say you are a startup founder, approval could be from your investors, right? Or you work in a company, approval could be from your manager, from the CEO, or anyone that you need approval of. And even if you don't need approval from anyone, if you're the CEO and you can tell the developers, making a business case still helps you identifying whether this opportunity makes sense. And then the only person you need to get approval from is yourself, but still going through the business case and creating a proper business case always makes sense. So we're going to look into more detail. What does it actually mean? All these different steps. Like when I was saying strategic opportunity, things that you could do could be a market analysis. So how big is the market that you're exploring and what is the market share that you are hoping to catch? Competitive analysis in the sense of, is there any competition in that space? What are they doing? What can you learn from them? But also, most importantly, how are you going to define an offering, a product offering that is competitive, that has a unique selling point, different than your competition, because you don't want to just be another one of the competition. You actually want to win against the competition. Then impact estimation could be some forecasts. So as I was saying, the most important business metrics, you can run some simulations or an educated guess of how much impact this is going to bring, but also what are the resources required in terms of money, in terms of engineering resources, in terms of time of doing this opportunity. Risks could be compliance or regulatory risks. So if you embark on something, are you falling under, is this going to change how your company needs to be run? In the financial sector, this is very often a problem that you need certain licenses to operate in a space, but probably also in many other areas, compliance and regulatory is an issue. Also risk of not doing it. So what happens if you were not going to do this? And then alternatives, what are other ways to achieve the same outcome? And in the end, you would basically do a pros and cons list between all your different alternatives and then decide for one way to chase this opportunity. In the next video, we are also going to look into a specific example where we go into the end-to-end flow of how a business case was created and an opportunity was implemented at Faith.